Hello, Troop 147. I'm going to try something a little different here with some video. Having trouble with the lighting, so there's going to be some of this graininess in there. This is the agenda we're going over. We're going to do shooting day, Thanksgiving overnight, Monday night's meeting summary, and some reminders. First and foremost, hopefully you guys are actually watching this video, and I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible, which means I'm going to talk a little bit on the fast side. And tonight I'm filming it on a Thursday, so I assume most people will see this tomorrow. The minimum, I've sent an email out to you that's got all this information in it that will be important to you guys. So Saturday is Shooting Sports Day. All 9 of our scouts have signed up. Now, I will throw out that Evan cannot make it. So that's 8 of our scouts are going to be there. We do have 1 open slot. If you know a scout who wants to be in that slot, let me know so that I can get them the information that they need to have. Now, Shooting Sports Day is going to be held up at Camp Pellissippi. And it's north of here. So it's exit 122 on I-75. What you're going to see on Google Maps is that it's under an hour to get there. Plan for an hour. We need everybody to be there no later than 7:30. Because at 7:30, they're going to start doing the COVID check-in. Your shooting slot is from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. If you want to get in all 4 ranges, it's archery. Well, I'm not going to go over that right now. You can get it in the documentation. But if you want to go over, if you want to take full advantage of this, you need to be there at 7:30 so that you can get to your range on time and start your shooting. We're going to shoot from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. At 10 a.m., we're going to put on our work gloves. We're going to do 2 hours of service. We're going to eat a sack lunch that you're going to bring. Bring your own lunch, and maybe go for a short hike. The adults in charge are going to be Ty Vance and Scott Gibbons. In the email, I've included both of their cell phone numbers. Reach out to them for any information, or if you're running behind or getting lost. Again, everybody needs to arrange their own transportation. That's just a BSA thing during COVID right now. We're not allowed to use the church van to shuttle people around. However, on a personal level, if you feel comfortable carpooling, for instance, the Johnsons are going to take Russell up, feel free to arrange that on your own, but be at Camp Pellissippi. This address right here at 7:30 a.m. Now, there's a couple of important things you're going to have for shooting day. One is this waiver. So included in the email is it's going to be this form. It has to be done for both the youth and the adult. Every person on the property has to have all 4 of these documents. So if you don't mind getting that waiver taken care of, that would be very important. The other thing that's going to be equally as important is the consent form. So if you'll get this consent form filled out, and that would be the second of the 4 documents. I'm trying to find the other one. Oh, there it is. This is important too. This is the COVID pledge. This is a new thing that we have to do anyway. We have to do this for the troop stuff. So if you'll get your COVID pledge filled out, they're not going to let you on the property. They're not going to let you participate in the activity if we don't have all 4 of these forms for every youth and every adult that is in attendance. The other thing that's extremely important, and you guys should be very familiar with, is our health forms, our forms A and B. We have been, because March rolled around and we kind of went virtual for a while, most of our health forms are out of date. So we need new health forms. Fortunately, for this activity and for the Thanksgiving overnight, you're only going to need the Part A and B. Part C requires doctor visit or doctor consultation. We do want you to get A, B, and C. We want these constantly on file in our scout office so that we can always hit the road running and do an activity. So the other one that you're going to need is the health form. So with those 4 forms, you get to do shooting day. Let me make sure I haven't missed anything. Oh, yes. Some other stuff that we're going to need for Saturday since you guys are going to be doing a work project, we're going to need work gloves, water bottles, and a snack if you feel like you're going to get hungry before lunch. So you're responsible for those. Please bring work gloves. They're going to provide all the tools that you need for your service project. Also, I usually encourage you guys, bring your books to these kind of things. Now, I don't know what the weather's going to be like, put it in a Ziploc bag, but if you open that book up and write down the service hours and get an adult who was there to initial it, it provides great documentation, and it's always right there. Use those books. They are important for you. Pack a lunch. Shooting is from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. The service project's from 10 a.m. to noon. After lunch, they're talking about doing a short hike, and we're going to finish at 1 p.m. So that's important that if you get dropped off, your ride needs to be back there by 1 p.m. to pick you up. Otherwise, you guys are more than welcome to stay. And Mr. Gibbons and Mr. Vance are the adults in charge. And I'm going to put those cell phone numbers in email. That brings us to our second item, which is the Thanksgiving overnight. We're going to be doing Thanksgiving on November 20th, 21st, and 22nd. So it's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Some people aren't going to make Friday. We've always kind of made Friday optional. Well, traditionally, we've used this kind of to bring up our AOL scouts and introduce them to the troop. We don't have that going on right now. I do have a couple of invitations out to some AOL scouts. If you know some AOL scouts who want to look at the troop, please get me their contact information so that I can reach out to them and invite them for either a day activity on November the 21st or even a day-night activity on the 21st, 22nd. We usually try to reserve the Friday night for just the scouts, just the troop, to try to get things prepared for the next day. The plan for Thanksgiving is that we're going to go up on the Friday. We're going to Frozen Head. Saturday, we're going to wake up and hike up to the fire tower, which I believe last time we measured it was about 12 miles, 6 miles one way, 6 miles back. Good hike, a lot of fun. We do need a head count. I need to know who's going to be at that trip. Mr. Gibbons has generously provided us the campsites. He's already reserved 3 of them. There are rules, COVID rules, both BSA and in the parks, that limit the number of people per pad. We cannot double up in tents unless you're family. Kieran and Brendan could be in a tent. Owen and Aiden can be in a tent, but Evan and Hayden cannot. They're going to have to be in individual tents. We don't want an 8-person tent taking up a pad for one person, so we're going to be looking for small footprint tents, backpacking tents, single-person tents. But we do need a head count so that we can make sure that campsite's already filling up. We need to make sure we have enough pads and enough spaces for enough people. So please, as soon as possible, let us know if you're going to be there for the Thanksgiving outing of November 20th, 21st, and 22nd. I also need to know who will be staying over each night. I know there's a football game that Friday night, so we're not going to have a couple of people on the Friday night. If you're just going to day trip it, that's important for our planning to be able to know what's going on. And if you know any AOL scouts who want to participate, like I said earlier, get me their contact information. I believe that's it. Let's do a Monday meeting summary. Got some pictures going on in the background from the Monday night meeting. It was a really good meeting. This was J.P. Gibbons' first meeting as SPL. Yes, yay, J.P. Thank you for stepping up into that. We had a group discussion on, my agenda's over there, that's why I keep looking to the right. We had a group discussion on the camp stoves, including safety, fuel handling, first aid, and parts of the stove and how they work. One group went out with the younger scouts and helped them learn how to light matches and light stoves, while 3 of our older scouts stayed in and learned how to break down a Whisper-Lite camping stove and rebuild it. Then they had one stove catch on fire. That's this one. So this is this was my uncle's stove from either the 60s or 70s, and I haven't maintained the seals, so some fuel spilled out, and it kind of got exciting, so we used the fire extinguisher to put it out. That was the exciting, unplanned moment of Monday night's meeting. A troop guide worked with the younger scouts on rank advancement. That was great, while the older scouts started planning menus for the November 20th, 21st, and 22nd. We're coming to the end. The only reminders I really have are I need adults to go out to myscouting.org. That's myscouting.org. Not my period. That address is gone. It's myscouting.org. All adults, whether you're wearing a shirt, whether you're registered or trained or not. I'd like all adults to go there and make sure your youth protection training is up to date. Most of us are out of date. If you say, why do I need to do this because I'm never going to lead, I'm never going to wear the shirt, it's because we want you to be familiar with the safety practices we're doing, because you, even as a parent who are just in the gym or at an activity, might see something that you need to raise your hand and say, whoa, we don't do that because it's in the guide for safe scouting. Says, no. We want that comfort level. And we also want you to understand why we do certain things that we do. That youth protection training is going to help you understand it. The only last thing I have to say is please bring your books to the meetings. When we do the rank advancement, it's very difficult to sign off and keep track of the records if you don't have your book. The book is your official record, and it's very important to have that with you. This has been a long video. Thank you for watching. You guys have a great time Saturday, and we will see you Monday.